You know, I thought I'd be a little sadder about losing the lo-fi station, but it did inform me that there is an Electro Swing station. I'm gonna be honest. Big fan. Big old fan. Call me... I don't know. I was trying to think of like a fan. Like, call me Kenmore, because I'm a big fan, but I don't know if Kenmore makes fans. I think they make like dishwashers or something. Hey, Deebs. Hey, Larson. This is my jam. It's a marmalade or possibly a chutney. Chutney is delicious. So is marmalade, honestly. Also jam. Hey, Besmirch. Hey, Levitating Nun. You can even sing Starting Soon to the trumpet melody line. Nice. This is too small. Let's make this bigger. There we go. They do make fans? Okay, well, that's good. This is great. Hey, Discordia. How are you doing? I am going to have to get used to this music. Because I might end up just stopping and dancing. This might actually become too distracting because I'm very much enjoying it, which I think is one of the things that makes lo-fi such a useful genre, is you could just kind of like tune it out in a good way. Grayscale Japanese PlayStation shirt? Yeah, it sure is. I love it. I think I got it at like a outlet store or something. And I was like, this. It's a little small. It's a little tight. I'm okay with it though. I do like the PlayStation symbol. One, it has nostalgic value. But two, just like... cool design. I really do have such sights to show us? I hope so. Don't blame it on the lag spikes. Don't blame it on the TOS. Don't blame it on the AdRex. Blame it on the boogie. Such boogie. I have a very important question. Does anyone else eat popcorn like this? I like popcorn, and I'll be like, you know, working, playing a game, doing something on my computer, and I will have a bowl of popcorn, and I'll like do a real chameleon move and just be like, oh, and just Yoshi it. No popcorn dust, no salt, no butter on my fingies. Keyboard's clean. Am I the only one who does this? So I can like stop, kind of get a mouthful, just put it back down. I don't know if I'm the only one who does this though. I also didn't realize I was a monster when I eat popcorn, because I eat it when like we're watching something and my partner will be like, we eat popcorn differently. I'm like, no, we don't. She's like, I eat one piece at a time. And I'm like, yeah, I do too. And no, I don't. I take like a doggone fistful and I'm like, and like squirrel it away in my mouth and then chew it and then eat it and then do another, like, I'm just like a claw machine coming in there. And like, I don't know when I started not eating it one piece at a time, but it's been long enough that I didn't notice. Can't say I do, but it would be funny That would be a funny world if we were all the same. That's true. Don't eat popcorn often, but I have a deeply repressed memory of doing it at some point. The chances of you doing it greatly increase depending on how much you were into reptiles as a child. Because if you were really into reptiles as a child, you absolutely were like, blah. Or amphibians, they count too. Ooh, bread rolls. I love those. There's a nightmarish Dorito advert in the UK at the moment about how people eat those. How do people... What sort of nightmarish scenarios are there for people eating Doritos? Now I'm very curious. Also, what? Do I have also, here, okay, here's another food question. Do I just have a small mouth? Like, is it hard for people to get a whole Dorito in their mouth? Because they're like triangle shaped, but like you put it in there and like the two sides, however you spin it, the two sides are going to be sticking out. And it's like, I got to break the chip or be very uncomfortable. They turned into 3 different animals. One of them's a gecko with a big old tongue, and it just licks the dust off of it. Oh no, that's just salt. You'd eat the corn. Burger King Dorito advert. What the heck is what is Burger King and Dorito doing together? What Dorito product is at Burger King? I need to know. Is it like Dorito covered chicken fingers? Or chicken fries, as they say it? Do you want me to put this horror in Discord? Yes, I do. Please have such sites to show me. I love weird stuff like that. Like I think it's if you haven't seen the Eat Like Snake Burger King commercial, definitely watch the Eat Like Snake Burger King commercial. It's great. What is this country swing happening here? This is wild. Alright, so today we're going to talk about non-violent things that can happen. Is Larson here yet? Yes, Larson's here. Larson said things. How did I forget? Larson brought up yesterday about having things happen. Like, oh, my players are going through a safe area. What are things that can... But it's too long to just have it be, nothing happens. So what are some things I can do? And that flipped a switch in me, and I was like, this is a whole topic. And I went... and I wrote down... That didn't even show up. This is a notebook. I wrote down a bunch of stuff. I went to the gym yesterday, which is why I had to do a bunch of stuff yesterday. But one of the things I had to do is go to the gym. And so, like, between each set, I would write something down. So I have a bunch of stuff here for ideas of mostly nonviolent. I'm going to change that title. Hang on. Mostly nonviolent. There we go. These are mostly... There's a couple that, like, could get violent. Or just, like, ideas. Like, ooh, here's a thing that could happen. Whopper-flavored Doritos? What? What part of the Whopper is Dorito-flavored? Is this also a reaction against God of War where violence is the only action you can take? Probably. It's probably some deep-seated thing. I prefer role-playing. I feel like combat needs to service role-playing, not the other way around. Like, if you get in a fight but you don't care, what's the fun in it? Like, you want reason for the fight. You want stakes in the fight. You want, like, consequences. You want, like... There's people walking around. You want, like, a thing. It's like, oh, someone just robs you. Like, okay, well, fight them, whatever. But, like, why? So I feel like they're... If I just wanted fighting, I would play, like, Warhammer or something. But I'm not. I'm playing an RPG. I want to roleplay. But I think fighting is great. I think combat is a very, very useful thing. And I generally have trouble when it's completely removed. Because I don't like tools being taken away, and I feel like combat is a tool. So, let it be useful. So, I have a whole list of things. I'm curious, Larson, did you finalize what you were going to do with the necromancers? Because that was a cool idea. So the first one I have, while I'm waiting for that answer, I'm going to get into this. So the first one I have is The Party Finds a Party. That's the title. So the party arrives at an inn to find Brother Dan is in town and is throwing an absolute rager of a party. The town is in an uproar, having a good time. Actually, I'm going to change this. We're going to go cut that. We're going to paste it there. Say, drinks are on brother. Drinks. There's a drinks are on brother dad. And the town is in an uproar having a good time. So that's like the pitch. So I think maybe this could be in italics. So Brother Dan is a man traveling the world with the intent to ascend to godhood by becoming the god of partying. Honey Money! Hey, Honey Money. Hey, everybody raiding with Honey Money. Wow, that means I'm doing good on time if I stopped talking about non-tabletop things and got on topic by the time you raided. Honk, honk, honk. How are you doing? Did you ever find Jesse? I'm trying to remember, like, spoiler. I don't know. I think the original spoilers, Final Fantasy VII, I think Jesse dies? Because I think a whole bunch of Avalanche dies. But in the remake, they made them much more characters, and I don't know if they kill them or not, because I haven't played it. But I think her, Biggs, and Wedge all die in the original. But they're all, I mean, again, they're just like super background characters. Well, I don't mean to derail, but I was up and walking around a few minutes ago. Did I hear you say Whopper flavored Doritos? That's what someone else said. And yes, I need to know what part of the Whopper is Dorito flavored. Jesse dies, call a medic. You get to kill Destiny, not Chaos. I love the Whopper. I don't think I do. Although I just had a Big Mac when we were in Wisconsin, and like, boy howdy, that was delicious. I know why people make a big deal about it. So you know how things will shake out for Jesse, Biggs, and Wedge. Yeah, I don't know. Because I haven't played the remake, but I want to. Would it not be like the burger-flavored chips you, me, and Guy took to the beach? Guy, I hope it would taste better than... No, because those were chips that tasted like burgers. Versus a burger that has some sort of Dorito flavor on it. Those chips pretty much just tasted like ketchup, if I remember correctly, with like a few other seasonings, like a slight bit of mustard and like something that was probably supposed to resemble lettuce flavor, so water, I guess, I don't know, and then like a like burger seasoning. But that's a chip that tastes like a burger. Not really, but supposed to. But this is a burger that tastes like a Dorito, which is a very specific chip flavor. Mostly salt. They were like, they taste like a Burger King burger. Oh, maybe. Maybe I'm misremembering then. That it wasn't. But I still feel like it would be more Dorito-y. Or at least in theory. Supposedly tastes like a Whopper. The meatiness of the patty specifically. Ugh. I would say I've never wanted to buy them again, but worth trying once. I return arms with freshly baked sourdough. Oh, sourdough, ham and cheese, tall glass of OJ. That's an interesting mix. Speedy did steal. Speedy also punched another bird in the back of the head. So like, Speedy was a real. It's a real bird. Also, you're not supposed to feed the seagulls at the beach, but like, it's really fun. They should sell Dorito seasoning in shakers. I think they do. It's just hard to find. I swear I've seen it. Yeah, it's a Dorito flavored Whopper, but I still don't know what flavor. Oh no, it was Whopper flavored Doritos. Oh, okay. I had it backwards. Then yeah, that's just, they've done that before. It just wasn't branded as the Whopper. It was just branded as a cheeseburger. And again, worth tasting, not going to buy it again. It was just such a bizarre thing. Also, we're currently in an episode of Cowboy Bebop, according to this music. Never eaten Doritos. They're good. They're really good tortilla chips. Very salty, very savory. They're delicious. Somebody tried Peep C. I didn't try it. That's another one where it's like, I don't want to pay for this, but I am curious what it tastes like. I also have a hard time buying a single soda because I'm like, but this is the cost of like most of a 12-pack of generic brand. I can't just buy one of these. I didn't need a 12-pack, but I did drink the whole 20-ounce. Wait, what did you think about the Peep C then? Yeah, I remember you saying that, Blight. You said it was like not the worst. Better than expected, but not good, I think. I don't remember if Rat Peach gave her opinion. What the hell's going on with food on your side of the Atlantic? We're wild over here. Larson, it's bananas. And a lot of banana flavoring. Did not try, but every time she opened the bottle, the noise assaulted with a terrible smell. Oh, gross. Tastes like Space Coke from the year before. Really? That didn't taste anything like Peeps. I didn't like it, but it didn't taste anything like Peeps. That's wild. Devin got one of the like little 12 packs or 8 packs or whatever of that in the tiny cans, and I had one and was like, no. It's like Baja Mountain Dew, where it's like, I can understand why someone would enjoy this, and it's definitely not bad. And sometimes I'll crave like a sip, but that's about it. You know, we tried the Dream one. I don't think I could tell the difference between the Dream and the Starshine one, or whatever it was called. Starlight, Starbright, whatever it was. Space themed. it all just kind of tasted like extra sugary Coke with weird other flavors that didn't really mesh for me. Think of taste of when I think of the taste of Peeps, I think of marshmallow and the aggressive taste of pink food coloring. Yeah. You keep saying words that aren't flavors. Yeah, because they don't taste like flavors. They taste like sensory input in food. If that makes sense. Probably not. But like it's not like, oh, this is a chocolate note, or oh, this is a it just tastes like you know how some people describe I forget who said that. It was someone in here. Food concepts as drinking seltzer water, as it just tastes like water with static, with TV static. It's like that's not really a flavor, but like yes, that's accurate. It's kind of like that. Like you can't use food to describe it. That's how I describe it. Okay, it was you, Rappy. So it's like you can't use like specific foods to describe it. You have to do adjacent sensory things or like adjacent things. It's just how it works. It's not a flavor. It's an experience. I don't need this. I just need to say wherever. Okay. As it stands, straight seltzer. I love it. I also like mineral water, which is just like seltzer with like salt and some other not really flavorful things in it. Tastes good to me. I mean, that's fair. Some things just don't taste good. That's all right. Also, if the person has no concept of the taste/sensory experience, you gotta find something to compare it to. Yeah. Yeah, it did, but it grew on you. That's also how I feel. Where it's like, you drink it once and you're like, what's the big deal? Why do people like this? But once... I forget why I started drinking it. It was a particular brand. Devin super got into Polar, the brand. Because we would go to BJ's and they would have like a 50-pack of it. And it would... I got used to the smell. And I was like, I want to taste this now. And I'd taste it and be like, yeah, it's all right. And then I'd be like, well, now I want to taste it again. Well, now I want to taste it again. Well, now I kind of want to try half a bottle. Well, now I want a whole bottle. And like, just progressed, and now we own a Soda Stream. Yeah, they do have fun, weird fantasy flavors. Their seasonal flavors, also very good. So I drink spicy water because I love the bubbliness of soda. But it's just too damn sweet for me. Yeah. I mean, I still love soda, but it's like half of the thing I love about soda is the bubbles. So having seltzer water and like lightly flavored seltzer drinks is really good. If I drank it long enough, I would probably be into it. But currently feels like it tastes like something I shouldn't ingest. Yeah, soda, my beloved. I'm not big into, like, sweets, except soda. Like, I'll have some cake or, like, cookie or donut, but, like, my threshold is low. But soda, eat it, drink it, whatever it. That's the brain my teeth need me to have. See, I like other things more than LaCroix. I feel like that's probably my least favorite seltzer water I've had. Also, key lime. Yeah, best lime, period. Stealth kept me from getting smart about it. Also bubble tea, but I actually get my bubble tea at 50% sweet. So how about them cryptids and cellars? Yeah, the cryptids, them doggos in basements. Specific candies, yeah. I'm the same way. And even the ones I like a Reese's cup or a Butterfinger, I'm like, this is so good. And then I'm like, do I need to eat this whole thing though? But like, go to a restaurant, have like 4 glasses of soda, I'll be like, that's simple, this is easy. This isn't sugar, but it's way more sugar, but for some reason, it doesn't trip me like candy does. Reese's not for me, more for me. I love peanut butter, so it's delicious. Pandas and pantries. I like this. All right. So, here's my format. What's happening? Line. Explanation. And I want to do like things that have either a bit of mystery or a bit of intrigue. Like, it doesn't have to be a full bookend adventure. So I've got some that are more open-ended than others. I'm curious what other people have too. Like I said, I have a whole list of stuff that if we don't get through all of them in here, I'm going to finish writing them down. I'm probably going to turn this into an actual document and put it on my itch page. Okay, so Brother Dan, who's in my pantheon, but is a man traveling the world traveling the world with the intent to ascend to godhood by becoming the god of partying. Wherever he goes, he spends all of his money buying food and drinks for folks. Buying food and drinks to share. Hiring artists to make decorations. And pays. Well, I don't know if he pay. Okay. Let's just say, and whatever else he can buy to ramp up the festivities. Including, but not limited to, bounce houses. There's some other things you can do to a party. You can bring to a party. I can't do sour, but hot candies and gummies are my crutch. And I've paid for it in my 30s. Aw. Let's see. Bounce houses. Bands. Let's say, and other festivities, including but not limited to bounce houses, bands. What's fun things at parties other than food and beverage? Let's just say decorations in here. For all, as well as other festivities. Festivities? Is that the correct word? Skeleton strippers. Let's say dancers. Once they run out of clothes, they start taking off their bones. They're like, I love it. performers. Fest halls. Say it, performers. Taking off more bones to make the stripper pole that then another skeleton stripper gets onto. It's meta. The goal. Brother Dan's goal is for everyone to have an amazing time. FR was written by Ed Greenwood, who's remarkably sex positive and rather horny setting. TSR edited down. I like the idea of a 60% skeleton using a pole of its own bones. So, like, skeleton takes off its legs to make a pole. Like, 1 foot on bottom, leg upside down, foot on top. So now it's, like, pressed against the ceiling and the floor to make it taut. And then their torso and arms do a stripper routine. This is great. I love this lore. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. It's just bones the size of tree trunks. Was it in? Oh, that's cool. I love that Divinity's world has just straight up skeletons. Because one of your party mates, I haven't played Dragon Commander, but one of your party mates in Original Sin 2 is straight up skeleton. Great character. All right. If Brother Dan is already in your world's pantheon, as he should be, it can be a celebration and offering to Brother Dan. All right. Today's prompt is what does the title say? It's totally safe to go alone. Mostly non-violent events to happen when traveling through safe areas. So it's like, ooh, you travel, and then you're like, ooh, bandits, oh no. Or like, ooh, a dragon. Or, ooh, the ground opened up and swallowed you. But this is all, like, fun things that can happen. If I click this, what's going to happen? Safe for work. Suspect. That's great. That's the barkeep? That's amazing. Love it. All right, so here's another one. What do I have? Upon returning to a familiar place, someone the party met and was possibly close to is no longer there. And let's say is missing, and no one wants to talk about it. All right, so here's another one I have. The pumpkin stuffed top, yeah. It's like that, the one person from Romancylvania, who's a pumpkin, or no, who's a scarecrow, like up on a thing, and she has like she has a pumpkin head, and then she has 2 pumpkins for bobies. I got my copy of that game. I need to play it. Its reviews were mixed, but now it's getting the later reviews. Upon release were mixed. The later reviews are more positive now, like from people. So I might still wait until the Switch version comes out. All right, so here's my thing. So upon returning to a familiar place, someone the party met, or someone the party knows, and was possibly close to, is missing, and no one wants to talk about it. So the fun here being, oh no, what happened to them? So this one's more of a mystery. So like I was saying about having open-ended ones. Like, you go to a tavern, and you were real chummy with the bartender when you were going up there, and now the bartender's gone. Like, it's replaced by someone else. The owner of the place is gone. They met a farmer who let them stay in their house while they were traveling through, and then when they come back to the house, that's not the person who lives there anymore. Or there is, so just something that isn't straightforward about what happened, but that there's a clear change. That stuff's fun, I think. What's a good title for that? Because then they can have like a little bit of intrigue, like, ooh, where did they go? Why aren't they there anymore? Who knows? Oh, here is another one. Wait, a litter. Let's say a litter of stray baby animals approaches the party. Approach the party. Sure. Jeff Halda attacks them for littering. There's no sign of a parent, adult. No sign of the adult version of the animal. How do you say that? No sign of the parents. And the babies look like they haven't eaten in a few days. I like how I tried to spell eaten like that. Like, they ain't eaten. I'm going to say hydrate. I am going to say hydrate. Shide. See there. Thank you. It's not spicy water. I didn't have time to make it. I was working on something and realized it was like 12, or it was 11:57, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta do this. I was actually gonna walk to the store and buy myself a soda, but I really ran out of time for that. I was working. Do you want to see something special? Here. This is secret. Don't tell anybody. This is for my my thing. This is the card thing I was working on a while back. I'm working with a artist and designer to do this part and the back of the cards, and these are the sketches. The art's done. This art's finished. But this part up here where the title is, I'll put that right there. Up here where the title is, up here where the number is going to be, and then this text. These are the sketches. Outlines? They're more than sketches. More than outlines. Rough drafts is what this. So, like, we're going to... I just sent a message back. So, like, this is going to get a little shrunk this way. This is going to get a little shrunk this way. I really like this back of the card. I like these, too. But, yeah, so this is what a big project I'm working on that will hopefully sell millions of copies of. People will be like, a deck for getting lost in a labyrinth or maze or dungeon? Wow, I really love this. I will pay money for this. And then for the first time in my life, I will make more. I will be out of the tax bracket of being in poverty. For my money. My partner makes real money. She has an actual job. I do not. I have several fake jobs that pay like fake jobs. But they are fun. But yeah, so that's really cool. I'm very excited about this. Like, the color is going to change. It's like a bunch of different stuff. It's so cool. I'm very excited for this. And there's 10 different cards with different art in the background and, like, you know, a different title and different flavor text. But yeah, I was working on that until about 5 minutes before, and then went, whoops, I have to do this. So here's another thing. While these animals can be something cute and easily adoptable, like kittens or puppies. Let's say kittens, otters, or pangolins? Or pangolins. You can make it more complicated by... Baby pangolins, I know, they're already endangered. Animals that will grow up to likely become unmanageable. Creatures such as crocodiles, hippos. God, hippos? Baby hippos? So cute. Big hippos? Real, like full-grown hippos? Murder machines. Crocodiles, hippos. What's a good fantasy creature? Public domain fantasy creature. No. Pangolins? The Indonesian vampire creature that are basically flying heads with guts hanging from their necks. Oh, those are... There's several different... Wait, first I need a good fantasy creature in the public domain. Hydra? Baby hydras are probably very cute. But yeah, it's like a there's several, like there's Indonesian, Filipino, I think there's one in Papua New Guinea. That's like all very similar of like body, head or part of body separates, flies around, and either drinks blood or eats the babies in a mother's womb. Some through a big proboscis like tongue and like just sucks it out. Either blood or whatever it's eating. Yeah, there's like several, and they all have wild names that I can't pronounce, and they are all awesome. There was actually a movie we watched. God, what was it called? It wasn't like First Bite or something, and it was a horror love story. And it was one of those creatures. A lady was one of those creatures, and like the guy has because it's a woman who during the day is a normal woman, and at night she turns into this thing because much of folklore is about how women are actually monsters. But this guy is in love with the woman, and then he finds her head floating around and knows like, oh, you're that thing. Oh no, and starts giving her like bringing chickens to her house during the night. So then rather than going out and like killing people's animals and could get discovered, she just eats the chicken. And it's like a very tender, sweet story. I highly recommend it. I need to figure out what it was called. It was a good movie. Hang on. I gotta look this up. Put it back over the barmaid. I gotta find it. I'm so distracted. No, it's not called Once Bitten. What was that? What? Okay, best screen rant. Best vampires that aren't Dracula. No. Okay, vampire-like creatures. Wikipedia, vampires and folklore. Hang on, let me go down to M's, because I know it starts with an M. And I think that's the one it was. Yeah, the one I'm thinking of is a Mada... This thing. This word. So hang on, let me see if I can find that movie. Oh my gosh, I want to... This is going to take too long. All right, I'll try and find it later and post it in Discord or something. But it's like, it was a good movie. All right. Wait a minute. Why is there no encounter of an irritating figure telling you it's dangerous to venture out alone, trying to get you to... Oh, take a useless item? Oh, that's a good one. Why isn't there? Because you didn't suggest it. An old man in a cave flags the party down, insisting it's dangerous to go alone and that they need to buy his items. Buy the items he sells to protect them. The items are mostly useless. Like that? Is that Is that what you were going for? Filipino folklore creatures are wild. I remember getting a picture book. There's a picture book of Filipino folklore creatures? Oh my gosh, I need that to look at that book. Are you kidding me? Yeah, they got some great ones. If the party points out that they're not alone, do they have a witty retort prepared? Perhaps. Well, hopefully. Old man. Zordla. Modern Antiquica. Do this. Modern. There we go. Hey, Shauna. How you doing? I usually run with Underdark campaign, so my players will likely assume hostile intent and stab him. With Larson, are you talking about with the necromancers or like a different thing? Also, Discordia, I do plan on making like this as a collection, and then I'm gonna put it up on my like itch page and stuff. So if you're like, don't steal my idea, just tell me and I will put it in. Otherwise, I'll probably put it in there because I think it's funny and entertaining. Cool. I just want to be totally clear. Not be like, Jesse stole my ideas, makes money off of it. With the annoying NPC. Don't make him annoying. Like, if you wanted to, I'll sue. If you wanted to, like, be like, hey, I got stuff for sale. Come on. You know, it's dangerous out there. It was just funny because they know it's not dangerous. And then, like, if you think like they wouldn't come into like a cave where this old man is selling things, he could like unfold a table and like there's stuff on it, so they don't have to come into a dangerous space, a potentially dangerous space. And just be like, oh, it's a thing, and then be like, this stuff's useless, and be like, you could like, you know, if they roll intent or like insight, and be like, oh yeah, this, you know, he's just real sad, and be like, what's wrong, man? It's like, well, I'm gonna lose my house or my cave. Do they have houses in the Underdark, or is it all like carved out of the underground? Like, I'm trying to make some money here. Like, so don't make him, you don't have to make him hostile or annoying. You can make him like sympathetic. And then if they murder him, that's on them. And then you find out, you know, later that he had money troubles because he was part of a very rich family, and now there's a hit out on the party because they murdered the Duke of Yongerville or wherever. I don't know. Another link to open off screen. What is this? I need the name of this book, Larson. Everybody look at this horrific creature I'm about to show you. Continuing the theme of I show you things that are disturbing on stream. Look at this. So there's like a human face. It's its mouth open with some sort of like squirrel with a forked tongue and teeth. And then there's some fungus. And then that's just an eye with some sort of loopty horn. That's a crow's beak. That's an eye at the end of I don't know what. So it's got one wing. It's got like a tentacle. Some sort of tail. One frog leg. I think like porcupine spines. This is wild. I love this. Are you kidding me? Wow, what a high-res picture. Holy crap. This is zoomed in. Your phone takes good pictures. God, that's so cool. This is one of those, like... Oh, is that an ear? That's an ear with eyeballs coming out of it. Oh, that's wild. This is one of those things where it's like... I hate things like a chimera, where it's like, oh, it's just, you know, a lion with a goat head on it and a snake body on its tail. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's a bear with human ears. Ooh. Like, but this is so out there. Like, there's so much happening that's like, this doesn't make sense, and it makes it better. Like, you had to think about all these different things and just the weirdest way to mash them all up in order to get it to work. That took effort. I like this. I need the name of this book. Oh, encounter idea. A vexed critter chitters incessantly at the party. Anyone can understand the speech of beasts they realize is threatening them with legal action for frivolous reasons. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So, the party... Oh, hang on. A creature... Small... Not screecher. Creature follows the party. Incessantly chittering at them. If approached, it runs away, but returns later, even more upset. I love it. Okay. And then, if anyone... If able to understand the creature, it is threatening them with legal action for frivolous reasons. Legal action. Legal action. Ah, that's really funny. Oh, here we go. You ready for this? The name? Lawsuit. What's it? Is the phrase laws of the jungle? Laws of the wild? What is that phrase? Law of the jungle? I think it's law of the jungle. Laws of the Wild. That's the name of a book. Laws of the Jungle was a TV series. Laws of the Jungle definition. All right, Merriam-Webster. You describe situations where people do whatever they want. And they want this. Okay. So here we go. Lawsuit of the jungle. That's how you spell lawsuit, right? Lawsuit. Jawsuit. Oh, I kind of like that one. Yeah, that's how you spell lawsuit. Okay, I had it right. Bam. That's really funny, and I like that. Okay. What do I have? The Stray Kittens. Oh, here's another one. So... they stumble Well, I say the party. Party stumbles upon a lost fae, confused by how a fae. It is, let's say they are. They are confused by how this strange reality works. Because I wanted to have like a creature. The fun idea in the encounter is like you stumble upon a fae and it's sitting in one spot and it doesn't understand why sitting in one spot won't change its location, because it's used to the fae realm where it's like, oh, it's all chaos and weirdness and stuff, and it's like you have to explain logic to an illogical creature. Like you have to explain cause and effect to something that's from a place where that doesn't exist, and that it's just as strange of a concept as trying to explain how like walking in the same direction. Like, if I tried to explain to you how walking in the same direction didn't make you wind up in the same place every time. Like, that wouldn't compute, because you're used to a world where you walk down this road, and it leads to this road, it goes to this place, and you're there. But, like, that's because that's our world. That's not this world. So I really wanted to have something that played that up. Oh. Wait, did I have it on this page? Estate sale. The party finds an estate sale for a recently recently they had some great stuff. They had some great stuff, and the prices are cheap. However, the ghost of the owner haunts the items. I thought it'd be really fun. I have more stuff written down for that, but I'm just gonna leave that there. Where it's like you have oh, there we go. You have like an estate sale. It's like, oh, you could buy this stuff, but it's all haunted, and like the ghost haunts all of the items, but can only haunt one at a time, but can like teleport between them. So it's like you're not constantly being haunted, but like at any point you could be, this ghost could show up and bother you. You know, it's not necessarily mean. I had one that I thought would be fun. Oh my gosh, my thing's not scrolling. Oh, there's so many. Hold on. Oh my gosh, there's so much text. Oh wow, my thing didn't scroll. I was like, chat's very quiet. No, you weren't. Hang on. Picture book. Name is partially there. Okay. Oh, hi, Monday. I broke down and used community farming dungeon for Bloodborne, and now I'm 100 levels higher than I was. Congratulations, Monday. Also, hello. You have set up camp 32 millimeters into my territory, and if you don't move this instant, I will be contacting my squirrel attorney. You've encountered a litigious ooze. Oh, this is great. I love it. Litigious ooze. Hey, True Mandalorian. I am wearing a shirt this time. Yeah, you all were answering Law of the Jungle. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my thing wasn't scrolling and I thought no one was talking for a long time. Hey, Squire. Thank you. Discordia, thank you for saying Law of the Jungle. Lemon Lime Fantasy. Hi. Law of the Jungle. Thank you, True Mandalorian. As King gets hungry, he eats. Let's see. On the subject of communicating with critters, a group of woodland creatures has decided to give one of the party members the Disney princess treatment. When they wake up, they find all of their gear is missing and has been replaced with lavish ball gown made of leaves, twigs, and grass. That's really funny. Hang on. Okay, I need to finish checking up on chat. So what I'm going to do is just copy pasta that. So I can word that differently. Now it's the Law of the Jungle. As the oldness is true as the sky. And the wolf that shall keep my keep it may prosper. But the wolf that shall break it must die. As the keeper that grinds the tree trunk. Girdles the tree trunk? Love is back for the strength of the pack. It's the wolf and the strength. The wolf is the pack. Oh man. Then that was, you said Kipling? Yeah, Kipling. Okay. That's a good quote. Like, it's fun. Oh, could you help me come up with some personality traits for a community of Galebdur? I don't know what a Galebdur is. What's a Galebdur? Land of Fae is procedurally generated like a roguelike. Yeah, kind of. It could be. That would be a good way to put it. Alright. I caught up. Copy up some pasta. How was it every direction is different? There we go. Okay, so we have group of woodland critters. I love it. A group of woodland critters give a party member. We're gonna say the princess, the magical princess treatment. When they wake up, they all their stuff, all their clothing, armor, weapons, all their stuff, and then we'll put clothing, armor, weapons, etc. are missing but replaced with, I really like lavish in quotes. Actually, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to take the quotes off of here. With lavish. Oh, wait. Replaced with lavish versions of their stuff made with twigs, leaves, grass, etc. Actually, hang on. We're gonna... I'm gonna make a note about equipment replaced as well. Okay, there's my note. Because I really like the idea of it taking all their stuff. Animals aid in activities. There we go. Alright, let me check out this. Galamdur are rock people, basically. They can mend into stone at will. Ooh. Meld? Oh, meld into stone at will. And they eat gems. They generally don't carry valuables. So between that and their philosophy, they're usually left alone, even by slavers of the Underdark. Oh, I also use their wanting to look. Oh gosh, they just look like stone blemmies with short legs. Hang on. I have to look at blemmies off screen because most of them are completely nude. Oh, here's my guy. Here's my guy. Here comes your boy. Get over here. That's a blemmy. These just kind of look like... Oh, no, those are blemmies. It's just like big head with legs. Big head with legs. Last... It's reminiscent about that one cat which behaved like a solid snake. What? What cat is this? Last time the party heard their singing in the tunnels, the rogue watched the stealth roll, and they all hid in the rock wall before the party could see them. This time the party has been given a code phrase they can use if they need help from them. Ooh. So they don't. So you're saying like this is a society that is not materialistic. They don't carry valuables. Does that mean they don't keep valuables? Valuables. Do they have valuables? Do they have valuables? Like they don't keep them, or they just don't like have them. Like a non-capitalistic society. I love him. Next line. Ew, horrible. Take him away. It's very divisive, the blemmies. But, like... Look at this. He don't skip leg day. Look at that. Look at them calves. Look at those thighs. Very, like, real... Despite having huge legs, real thigh gap right there. Real big. It's just gonna look at you. Yeah, so like is it a group that don't have valuables, or like they don't see value in it? Like how do they, or is this carried around? Like things stay at home. It was from my last D&D game. One player had a lot of pets. They ended up with a cat named Snake, who was frequently clinging to surfaces, hiding in cardboard boxes, and at one point shot a sleeping dart in my character's neck from a blowpipe. Wow, I love this cat. That is a skilled cat. You're right, Dukes. I love it. They don't keep possessions. Peculiar society. Allied with the Harpers. to keep basic stock of rations and resources. So what do they value? I guess the question. If they do not value, I mean, we all value something. So like, do they value like, could it be a religious group and they value like what they do in this life to support the next life? Do they value like stories? They value companionship? Value relationships? Do they value something like intangible? Do they value the flavor of different gems? Friday's IC skill didn't roll high enough. Perception, you didn't see it. If you didn't see it, you might get a dart in your neck. Oh, that's true. They do have to, between walking and carrying stuff. So is it just like, but then if they, I mean, they could just wear a sash or a bandolier with stuff. So they can't actively hold things, but that doesn't mean that just because they don't have arms, they couldn't keep things on them. So that's my thought of being like, them not having valuables is that they don't find them. I don't want to say valuable. That's an incredibly redundant saying. But that they don't find value in them, whatever. I'm going to say it anyway. And thus put value in something else. Because while they can't be like, hey, everybody, this is me walking around. Hello. These are what I find valuable. Like, I find my wallet very valuable, but it's in a pocket with a chain. In case something happens to it, because it's that valuable to me. I chain it to myself. Oh, it's my jam. All right, you're over here now, Blemmy. I click back on this. It's funny to me. Oh, one's an apple, and one's a pumpkin. God, that's really funny. I feel like I should play Dragon Commander, even though I'm not big on strategy games. It just... The world of Divinity is very, very entertaining to me. There it is. Oh, I had it in the wrong thing. That's why. I shared my my main window, not the dedicated window. All right, you go away. I always forget how to do this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I agree. This channel slaps. Good stuff. You and I both started wiggling at to the music at the same time. That's how good it is. Hey, Splinter, how you doing? Dragon Commander isn't a very good RTS. Once I had the resource for it, I just built death stacks of troops on a risk map and auto-resolve every battle. That sounds like my kind of strategy game, because I'm really bad at them. All right, Deeps, we wrote down your thing. I freaking love it. So a group of woodland critters decides to give a party member the magical princess treatment. When they wake up, all their clothing is missing and replaced with lavish ball gowns made of twigs, leaves, grass, etc. And other natural fibers? Other natural ingredients? I can't say garbage. It's not another garbage. Oh, replaced with? I sure am missing that. Thanks. Material. is. All right. Man, I was sad about losing Lo-Fi for like 10 minutes, if that. It wasn't even that long, because like Honey Money was like, oh no, they dropped the Lo-Fi station for free users. But like, I went, oh no, looked at it. Like the first thing I saw was Electro Swing. And I was like, really? Hit that, immediately liked the song and was like, all right, good. So it wasn't even a full minute. I was sad about losing Lo-Fi, even though Lo-Fi was very good. They don't actually eat at all. Oh, they don't. Oh, interesting. What do they sustain themselves on? Oh, yeah, EDM is good. You can look up that game Chops that was mentioned. See if that is some EDM stuff. Let's see, estate sale. I'm just calling this one Princess for a Day. I'm probably going to change that, though. But I like having titles. Apparently, they gain energy simply from being in stone-rich environments. Oh. So it sounds like a place, I'm assuming, if you get your nutrients from... do they sleep? Elemental photosynthesis. That's pretty cool. It seems like they would have like basically a public recharge station, like rather than having an individual home. Except the rich, if you were rich, then you would have like, oh, this is my recharge room. I lined it with gems, versus having like a space where it's like I need to recharge, like kind of like a hotel where you're like, I go here and I recharge and then I leave. So it could be they neither sleep nor breathe. Okay, so they just recharge. So that would be a fun place if they go through like a big area of these things where there's no inns, like there's no beds, there's everything's hard and rocky. Like the players have nowhere to rest effectively. Like even if they just drop mats on the floor. Right, but the Underdark has like beds in it, like elves. Well, no, elves don't sleep. Do the Dwemer? There's other things that do sleep though. Or is this like a hostile place? But it's not a hostile place. This is a safe place, right? Or is this a safe place? This is different. This is different from the safe place they're going through now. Wait, are we on something else now? I'm not sure. I've lost track. Where are we? Oh, here was one. Every night, a doll appears. Wow, how did I write that? A doll shows up next to someone's bed. We were having a joke when I was telling my partner about this last night. And I was like, oh yeah, I have one. I was telling her all my scenarios. And I was like, yeah, what about a doll that shows up? She's like, oh, I don't like that one. I'm like, no, it's fine. You can make whatever doll you want. And she's like, well, like what? I was like, well, it could be like a ventriloquist doll that's like a classic haunted doll. Where it's like, you know, it could be a hot girl anime figure. And then that became a whole thing we talked about. Being some sort of haunted, like, a waifu statue. We're talking about the part I usually make do with customized version of Leomund's tiny hut. Oh, okay. It's got more creature comforts, but it's indestructible. Oh, okay. So if they don't eat or sleep, though, so what would they do? Okay, so they, as a society, like as a group of people, you don't eat, you don't sleep, and you get recharged by just being around gems. I guess if you just, like, you don't have to, if you don't sleep, it's not like you're sleeping near them. So you could have, like, districts based on, like, if you wanted to divide it into, like, if you wanted to make a point about classism or something, like, you could just have fine jewelry pretty much literally lining the streets, and then you'd get charged just as you go about your day. But then you could have districts that that have less of that or have more of that, indicating class of the area. Apparently they like to tend stones and boulders like gardens. That makes sense. Like, it would literally recharge them to stone garden. They're a nomadic band. How are they gonna have stone gardens if they're nomadic? Or do they travel from, like, garden to garden to garden to garden? Like, they got plots all over the place, and then they're like, we're gonna go to this one today, and then we'll go to this one tomorrow, and then we'll go to and, like, they move around. I don't know. I guess they just push some rocks together. Plant a garden of rocks and move on to create new ones. Good. I'm assuming tending being, like, restructuring rather than, like, cultivating. But it's like a Zen garden. Like, you don't, the thing you're gardening is not sand. The thing you are gardening is your inner peace, your Zen, your, like, your mental well-being. That's what's being nurtured there. But it is a garden made of sand. I assume if they have rock gardens, that's kind of what they're going for, as it is literally rejuvenating them. And so maybe they just change, like, the structure of it, or, like, you know, it's like, oh, I want it to be tall. It's like, oh, now I saw a cool one, and it was like a mosaic, so I'm gonna get different colors. I'm gonna make a different thing out of this. Yeah, just rocks don't grow and move on their own, so there's no reason to stick around after planting your garden. Gotta go find a new spot to make another one. That's true. Maybe there's, like, some level of enjoyment of new ones. You could also have it if they get less energy from previously absorbed rocks. That would make sense for them being nomadic, where, you know, you go to an area, you hang out with those rocks, they give you a bunch of energy, you basically siphon it out of them, and now you can't stick around there because you're not going to get any more energy. So you got to migrate to a new area. That could make sense. That would make sense. And so their interaction with the rocks to make them something beautiful, to make a rock garden, as they're doing that, they're getting the energy. They go, cool, this looks great. Move on. Maybe it replenishes over time so they can come back to it later. Maybe it doesn't. I guess that's on you in the lore. One point of interest is Gelebdur don't have internal organs of any kind. That makes sense. They are rocks. They're mildly magical while alive, but once they're dead, there's nothing differentiating their bodies from regular rocks. That seems fully accurate. They don't need organs. They are rocks. And once they die, they are just rocks. Once I die, my body's just meat. There's nothing differentiating this meat from other meat until it rots away. And then it's not meat anymore. It's something else. So is that kind of what you're I don't know, does that sound usable? It's going to take a while for there to be no difference between your body and dirt. That's true. They're just on a shorter timetable versus us meat sacks. We take way more time. Oh, a wedding party. That was another one I had of like happy things that could happen. On safe roads, players come by and there's like a caravan going to a wedding. Caravan breaks down, and they need the party's help to get to the wedding. That's how you can get the party to the wedding, hopefully. And then that can be a whole event. Maybe they know the bride and groom, or bride and bride, or groom and groom, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe they like them. Maybe they hate them. Maybe they're related to someone that they find at the party that they like or hate. Feel like you can throw them off their game and have a really fun encounter. And theoretically, they could do a sweet thing by helping these people get to where they're going. Then once they get there, surprise. Or you could just have a good time. They eat cake, have a great wedding, and then now you got more NPCs that are that the party likes. I was gonna take a while. Oh, okay, blah blah blah. Let's see. I guess I could have them talking about their stone gardens more. Maybe I have the party find one on their old gardens in their wake. Yeah, I would say have them find a stone garden or several, and be like, "What the heck are these?" And then that way, if they see someone, like they find a couple of stone gardens on their way, and then when they meet these people and they see as they're talking to one, or as they're walking among this nomadic group, that a few of them are making a stone garden. And it's like, that's where they come from. And then you have shown them something cool. Or at least something, world building. And then later, be like, oh, well, now I know what this means. And they might be able to utilize that with finding their migration patterns, maybe find them later. Or just a cool thing that they're walking and they see a stone thing and they're like, that reminds me of Bill the Dribger that I met. What a cool person. They also sing to the stones. And when the party hear it, I describe it to them as something that makes... Mongolian throat singing sound like Michael Jackson. Mongolian throat singing is awesome. I love Mongolian throat singing. Throat singing is incredible. I think it already sounds like... it doesn't sound like Michael Jackson, but I think it sounds fantastic. It's one of those styles that just super jives with me. It's really... It's gruff. Because you just have such harsh noises, but it's so smooth in its harshness. I don't know if that makes sense. The rhythm of it, and I also just hearing all the things a voice is capable of is really impressive to me. Throat singing is cool, but also a little unnerving. Valid. Oh, in terms of how deep their voices are. Ah, okay. Literally gravelly. That's funny. Hey, Edwin. Yes, we have... I actually have a whole thing that I wrote that I'm going to expand on. Oh, you can't even see it. A notebook of... Actually, that was the blank side of the page. You didn't see anything there. But I have a notebook of a page and a half of encounters. Doing non-violent encounters. You're traveling down a safe road, but you want stuff to happen. What are some cool things that can happen? That's what we're doing today. We've got someone gets the magical princess treatment. and gets a lavish, in quotes, ball gown by Woodland Creatures. We've got lawsuits from Woodland Creatures. We've got haunted estate sales. We got party, like Brother Dan is throwing an absolute rager of a party. Brother Dan being a person who's trying to become the god of partying. Oh, haunted doll? Well, not haunted doll. Doll shows up every night, regardless. If they get rid of it or place it somewhere else, shows up in the same spot the next night. Actually, not the same spot. It shows up next to the same person every night. When was the last time you saw a non-haunted doll in a D&D game? I'm trying to think of the last time I saw a doll in a D&D game. Like, dolls? Not a hot item. Which is not a lot of collectibles. Oh, excuse me. In campaigns. What constitutes a doll? Like, because statues, what are statues but big, like, dolls that are too heavy to, like, move and are also solid so you can't move them? But there are some dolls that don't move. Like, there are some of those hard plastic dolls that are just, like, a baby going, like, or whatever face babies make, I don't know. And, like, they're not really posable. They're just kind of there. What's that but a very light statue? You need a degree of interactivity to count as a doll. What counts as interactivity? Like, that you can move it? That it can move? Like an arm or something? So, like, a statue wouldn't count as a doll because... what reasoning? Or posed anime figure does not count as doll. Because I didn't even realize how hard I was bopping to this until I saw myself in the in the camera view, just really moving. I was like, oh, I guess that's what I need to, what I'm doing. You need to be able to think it could stab you if you find it standing on top of you in the middle of the night. I'd still argue that statues count. Statue could come to life and stab you. There's a long history of fiction of statues coming to life and stabbing. Maybe not stabbing, of coming to life. I did something like that to one of my players once. I don't remember exactly what it was, though. You stabbed him with a doll? Oh, what was it? The wedding party. That's what I was doing. Burnt. I think they stole a cursed whip or something. And when they learned it was cursed, they kept trying to get rid of it. And whenever they tried, it would be in their pack the next morning. Oh, yeah, I love doing that. I love a you can't get rid of it item. But not even an item that's necessarily like evil or immediately antagonistic or harmful. Like, oh, it shows up in your bag and it lights it on fire, and so you always have a burning bag or something. Like, it's just like it just shows up. And with something like a whip, that's extra fun because it could be like, oh, put your weapons away. It's like, don't bring any weapons in here, and then you're getting searched, and someone's like, they brought a weapon, and they pull out the whip, and it's like, no, that's not mine. I didn't bring that here. I swear. It's like, the whip has done nothing directly, but its presence and your inability to get rid of it becomes a problem. It's like being cursed to every time you sit down, a chair will appear beneath you. Like, so like anytime you try to lay down, before you hit the ground, there will be a chair beneath you. So you gotta be like, oh, like sit down on a chair and be like, okay, and then like roll off of it. Like just silly things like that. I gotta write down, hang on. I gotta write down this curse. Cursed. I write down this chair curse. Cursed to have chair appear below you every time you try to sit. God, I love it. Curse is a bad Christmas gift. Oh, that's funny. That would be a really fun, like collection of things. It's just super non-substantial curses. Just like a book of, here's 100 curses that like aren't bad, but like can be annoying. Cursed Tome of Mild Annoyances. That's a fun name. Hang on, I gotta write that down. Cursed Tome of Mild Annoyances. That's funny. I like that a lot. My brother's campaign, we encountered a noble whose daughter had a stuffed owlbear plushie that when the daughter was threatened with physical violence would turn into a very protective owlbear. Oh, I love that. That's great. Oh, that reminds me, I had a gargoyle encounter planned for one of my previous sessions, and my players spotted it and snuck around it. Ooh, nice. Sounds like you have a gargoyle encounter in the bag in case you need it. Like that one Olaf comic where Ogloff. Oh no, I'm scared to read the rest of the sentence now. Where a straight guy gets cursed to be the best in the world at blowjobs. He doesn't have a compulsion to give them rating, but he'll always know. That's funny. That he just knows that he's the best in the world, but that has no interest in doing them. That's funny. That's a pretty good. That's a good curse. I could make that safe for work. I just put best blowjob curse, but SFW. That's really funny. I think next week we are just going to come up with mildly annoying curses. And I'm just gonna make that an entire thing. That's really funny. I love that concept. Yeah, like cursing an elf to be like the best at dwarven yodeling. You are the best. You're the best yodeler. That's pretty good. All right. I'm just going to rattle off some of the other ones that I had because I'm not going to write them down. I will, but just not on stream. So there was the group of necromancers that you came at. Jesse, I curse you to be the best at League of Legends. I can tell you right now, I am not good at League of Legends. I'm definitely not the best. I used to play that game. I'm not good at it. I was just good enough to be annoyed at how much better at it people were than me. It's like you get that point where you're like, you start caring, and that you're constantly losing becomes a problem. There's once a time I was okay at League of Legends. Wow, you got to okay? Wow. Freaking 1%er over here. At the time I was fairly decent at Dota. Oh. I haven't tried Dota. I cursed you to be the #1 Gothic Twitch streamer on Twitch. See, but semantics. I'm okay with being the #1 Gothic streamer who's on Twitch. That one I'm cool with. There are a lot of other Gothy streamers that are way more popular than me. Several of them I raid. But the #1 Gothic streamer, dang it. I think I topped out at 20 viewers on a Gothic stream, and I was #1, so that's a pretty good curse. I was also #1 at Ark's Phallus, and that ended horribly. I just hit a point where the amount of effort it takes to maintain being just pretty decent was not worth it. Yeah. Also, some of my friends I played with were those famous toxic assholes. Yeah. I had like 2 or 3 friends that were like super chill about it, and I liked playing with them, and they were the only people I liked playing with. And I had other friends that played it, and I did not enjoy playing with them because they took it seriously. And I was just like, hey, everybody, what if we all play a character with a grab move and we just annoy the other team? There's at least 5 characters with a grab. We can do this. And, like, I would have, like, 2 people that were on board, but that was not enough to make a team. Okay, I gotta read these. So, I say wedding party. So that was 1. The necromancers. Where is it? Concert. That's a fun one. I guess the idea just didn't grab them. That's funny. So concert. Oh, I like this one. So the Curse of Good Times, which is not a name I'm gonna stick with, but it's like everything seems to be going great. And then the world just keeps getting weirder and weirder and weirder. And they figure out they're in a dream. And that they're still asleep where they were. Like they have like traveled for several days. Theoretically. But they realize they haven't woken up yet. That they're actually still asleep. And that there's some sort of like dreamomancer. Where there's a name for that. But I forget what it is. That's basically just eating their minds until they die, and then scavengers will eat their bodies. So they have to figure out how to wake up from the dream. And then once they're awake, there's like hyenas or something around them that were keeping an eye on their bodies so no one woke them up. And they might have to fight those off. I had 2 friends that I used to roll around with doing heal squad, 3 healers. If 2 randos ended up picked it up on it, they played tank and a carry, it would absolutely wreck because the other 2 would never die. Most randos thought we were trolling, and also pick supports. Oh. No, but that's it. I love stuff like that, where it's like, yeah, heal squad, like 3 healers, like you can make that work. Is it the most meta? Probably not. Does it matter? No. You can make a fun and like engaging and like useful team with it. It's like playing like RPGs where it's like, you know, oh, we have to have the healer and the this and the tank, and it's like, no, screw dynamics. One of my favorite games, we were everybody picked the way they built their class was to be a glass cannon in different ways. So we had like a few spellcasters, a few rogues, like everybody was just a glass cannon. If it didn't die on round 1, we were in trouble. And it was great. They nerfed every healer in the game, so we stopped. Oh, that's sad. All right, let me get through these. So the estate sale's haunted. Yep. Let's see. I don't know what. Oh, a mail truck. Found a mail truck that was full of mail that was undelivered. What are they going to do about it? The players find a trail of gold coins off the road and leads to a bag of gold coins. And then literally nothing happens. They will think about that for the rest of their days, though. They'll assume it's cursed or magical or that someone's coming after them because of it, or like who put it there. It's just gold. Someone did it. And then my partner gave me a few suggestions before bed, including dinosaurs selling Girl Scout cookies. It's a good thing to encounter. That they see people that are making street art and encourage them to make their own street art, and it could be based on friendship or acts of stuff that they've done during the campaign or whatever. That's just fun. Campy billboards for roadside attractions. That's good. Made with real Girl Scouts? Probably. A potion truck full of unlabeled potions. Just left there. Oh, and then I like this one. A comic convention. Or some sort of convention that has to do with one of the like hobbies or things that one of the characters really likes. So like one of the characters is really into gardening. There's like a garden convention, or like they're really into jewelry. There's a gem and rock show in town, like something like that. So I'm gonna type these up, but that's the big thing. Oh, here's a query for Trials of the Moonblade. Trials of the Moonblade, sentient neutral good sword. Might give a chaotic neutral drow wizard in order to turn him good, becoming a worthy wielder. Okay, so the idea is, what trials would a sentient sword give a chaotic neutral being in order to make them good and become a worthy wielder? Did I read that correctly, Larson? I would just leave it. Who left gold coins here? Is anyone around? Is there a trap? Come looking for it, though, surely. I cast detect magic. Is it magical? Yeah, like, there's a whole list of things people would do. Maybe. Or they might just be like, money? Yoink. Who knows? What's extra good is if one person is very paranoid about it and another person is not, and the person who's not takes it, and then the person who's paranoid is just paranoid for a long time and might start associating things with it. Pretty much, the party's wizard recently acquired a Moonblade. He really wants to be able to wield it, but you need to be worthy. Good aligned individual will be able to attune to it. The sword has high standards. So the person wants to use... because I want to make sure I have this nailed down. The person wants to use the blade, but they have to be good for the blade to accept them. So the blade is going to give them trials to prove that they're good or change their alignment towards good. Is that... So both the sword and the person are on board with the idea of these trials making them good. Do I have that right? Yeah, it's the kind of thing that I would do. You see a group of people approaching from the distance. Oh, they're the ones who left the gold there. They know we took it. Okay, yes. Moonblade's previous owner was an asshole, so it's willing to give the drow a chance, but there's gotta prove himself. Ooh, what trials? We're ending for today, but like I want to talk about that in the Discord. That's fun. I feel like however, it's going to be very dependent because the thing that I hate about alignments is that they're like good and evil mean nothing in D&D. Like they just break down as soon as you start questioning anything more than basic. It's like, what's good? Oh, you're friendly. Like, oh, you don't do bad. But like, oh, you steal. Oh, that's bad. Oh, but you still stole to feed someone else. So that's unlawful, but it's good, but you still stole. What if the person who you stole for was in less need than the person you stole from? Was that like, there's just so many ways it breaks down. So like what is good is going to be super dependent on the opinion of either the overarching like style of the game or what the sword itself thinks is good, which that I think is more interesting. That good is based on what the sword thinks is good, even if it counters what the character using the sword thinks is good. Yeah, as alignment is highly subjective. This is why it drives me crazy. But so yeah, so like what does the sword think is good? Also doesn't seem to come much up these days. Yeah, it's a lot of times left by the wayside, I think, for the same reasons. It drives me nuts. Bye, Discordia. Yeah, so what does the sword think it's good? Because like that's where you're gonna get the trials. If you wanna talk about it in the Discord, I would love to bounce ideas off about that. Because that's fine. If it's like alignment based on personal views of good and bad, sure. I think that could be really cool. And I like that both the sword and the character are on board with this. That it's an unusual situation that they know they have to change. I think that's cool. So I think you have a really, really cool hook there, Larson. All right, who am I raiding? It looks like Blitz is on, Space Valkyries is on, Giant Bob is on, and Catharsis is on. Catharsis is playing DBD. I think I remember who this is. I was playing DBD, and I was killer, and they loaded in with a friend, and the other group was a 2-party, and they just had keys, and they hid in the lockers the whole time, and they were trying to just extend the game, so they stayed hidden. And I got a message I saw that they were live, like I saw their name, and I couldn't find the party for the other 2 people for a while. I was like, what are they doing? And I saw they were live, and they'd sent me a message, and they were like, hey, the 2 people are just hiding. Like, they were hiding while we were still there. They hiding after we died. And I was like able to find them with that person's help. And I gave them a follow. I don't think I've seen them online. But that's how I know this person. I'm fairly certain. That might be the right person. Or I'm wrong. I like picking an alignment because it helps me roleplay my character that is not me. But I feel like when I use it for a rule, use it as a rule and not a guide, falls apart a little. Yeah, it does. If you're trying to be like, what would my character do? It is a pretty decent way to help guide you in decision making. I think there are better ways to do that. That could be a whole thing, a whole topic in and of itself, how to do something better for alignment that's made for role playing. So like for the older Vampire the Masquerades, you had demeanor and persona, I think it was, and that was what you were versus how people perceived you. And so that was a way of kind of like alignment, where it's like people see you as strong because you're like big and muscular and you walk around with but like you are insecure. But it didn't have to be like exactly like that. It could be like, you seem this way on the outside. Just because you seem like a hard ass on the outside doesn't mean you're a marshmallow on the inside. You could be a hard ass and also you're a hard ass. Like it didn't have to be the opposites. You chose what they were. And I think that was a good way to kind of help with, deciding how you approach situations as a character. The Drow is still seeing this on a pragmatic level. He's cheerfully amoral. Oh, that's a fun phrase. But maybe the sword will manage to change him. Who knows, eh? Yeah. Raid my heart. I don't think my heart is online currently. Nihilist. But thank you. I hope I raid your heart every time you come into the channel and you're like, oh boy, this is getting pumped into my senses. So great. And that this music jams for you too. You raided my heart in side quest. Ah, thanks. All right, well, if no one has a suggestion of where we're going, I'm going to go run to Space Valkyrie. So speak now or forever hold your peace, and we're going to see Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh no, someone else has somewhere they're going to go, in which we can all go, but hey. If not, Valkyrie it is. Bye, Deebs. Thank you so much. And thank you for your wonderful Disney Magical Princess for a Day suggestion. That was a delight. Oh, well, hey. All right, let me cancel that. Hang on. What's Nihilist? What's their handle? We'll raid your friend. Thanks for the stream. I think I've got some ideas brewing back in my mind. Heck yeah. And yeah, like definitely hit me up on RPG Help Desk in the Discord, because I absolutely love that idea and want to bounce some stuff around. I do what I can. And you do it well, Deeps. Hey, you're welcome, Nihilist. I love this music. This music's great. I'm going to walk to the store and get myself a soda. Because I meant to do that before stream. Oh, actually, I have to check my email before I do that, because I'm reviewing a game and I'm having a critical problem with it. So I've actually got to email the like contact between me and the devs, being like, I'm having this issue. I know I'm not supposed to be having this issue. We need to solve this because I want your game to succeed. So I have to check that before I go. But now we're going to raid. All right, everybody. This was a delight. I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow night with Blight or not. I might have something that's coming up. But there is Greek stream tonight on Escapist. I think Rachel's going to be with us, which is very exciting. And I don't know, other stuff. Game night. Oh, Adventures Live is this week too. Cool. It's rating. Thanks, everybody. I hope we see you around. If not, I hope you're really enjoying whatever it is you are doing. Bye.